Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so I'm going to continue with my reviews of my latest Scream Factory pickups that I got, and for this video I have a big one. It is of course Creepshow on 4K Blu-ray, and it goes without saying, but I will also be reviewing the 4K picture on this one. Now I know I'm late to the game on this one. I'm very late to it, but look, it could not be helped. But I have it in my hands now. I finally watched it, and wow, I was absolutely ecstatic with how this movie looks on 4K. And not only that, but it has a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, which sounds absolutely fantastic, really transforms the movie. And yes, I'll be talking about that more now very soon. And not just that, but I will take you around it. As for the movie itself, in case you're not aware of it, I seriously doubt there's many of you out there. But it is a horror anthology movie directed by George Romero, based off a screenplay by Stephen King. And it consists of 5 stories, and there's also a wraparound story which stars Tom Atkins and Joe King, who is Stephen King's son. So the first story is Father's Day, and it stars a very young Ed Harris, I might add. And it's basically about this family that have to deal with the regenerated corpse of Nathan Grantham. And he desperately wants his Father's Day cake. The second story is The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill, and that episode stars Stephen King, and he has to deal with an unexpected meteor and all the problems that brings with it. Then the third story is Something to Tide You Over, which stars Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson. And that's basically about Ted Danson is buried to his neck up in sand, and the tide is coming in. So I'm not going to say anything more about it, but it is a fantastic story. You've also got The Crate, which stars Hal Halbrook and Adrienne Barbeau, and that one's quite simple. A janitor finds a crate under the stairs, they pull it out, and there is a creature inside the crate. And then the last story is called They're Creeping Up on You, which stars E.G. Marshall, and let's just say he has a bug problem. They're all amazing stories, and if I had to rank them from 5 to 1, I think at number 5 I would have The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill. Then at number 4 I think I would go with The Crate. Number 3 would be They're Creeping Up on You. 2 would be the Father's Day, and then of course number 1 is Something to Tide You Over. That story scared the living shit out of me when I was younger. I had so many sleepless nights because of that one story. Even now when I'm watching it, it sends chills up my spine. I absolutely love it. Now, in terms of special features, trust me when I say, folks, yous are well covered when it comes to this release. There is so much going on. There is countless interviews. You've got 3 audio commentaries in there as well. Multiple featurettes, makings of. There's so much, and die-hard fans, trust me when I say, yous are going to be elated when you see all the special features on this. It is overwhelming at times. Right folks, so I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to take you around this release, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and then we'll get back and review the 4K picture. So yeah, let's get to it. Right, so here we go, Creepshow. So there's no way I was going to do this segment and not show a special release off, and it is this one over here. It is a Spanish Metalpak edition. Now apparently this is supposed to be a bootleg release. I do not believe it because there's too much work gone into it. So I'm going to start with that release and then make my way onto the 4K. Now before I do anything, I just wanted to quickly bring in the J card, and I love the way this is presented. Look at the pictures and all that, the way it's done, like that kind of comic strip. It looks absolutely beautiful. And not just that, but this set is limited to 2,000 copies. As you can see, the Blu-ray is region free as well. So yes, you get some nice solid hard cardboard with this J card as well, which I rather love. So I'll put that to a side. So here we go. This is the Metalpak. And this is the artwork that we all know and love for Creepshow, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The only problem is the writing here is in Spanish, but look, I have the 4K release, which is of course in English. So that is the main artwork. Now before I take you around the rest of this, you also get this thing with it. It's a magnet kind of strip, and as you can see here, the spine of it, you can actually stick it to it. Now I'm not sure what the point of it is, but look, you get it with it. And that's where I put it, funny enough, when it comes to this release. So yes, that is the main artwork anyway. I will take it onto the spine and right around to the back and check out the artwork on this. I absolutely love it. The colour scheme looks fantastic. You got George A. Romero, Stephen King Presents Creepshow. Absolutely beautiful. And when I open the steelbook up in full, there you go. And I will turn it around, and you do get some postcards, which I'll quickly show. Is there anything on the back of them? I don't think there is. So I think it's just a couple of stills from the actual movie itself. Them two still scare the shit out of me to this day. So yeah, just a couple of stills. So there you have it. Yeah, just a couple of postcards. And then you've got the inside of the Metalpak. You've got your Blu-ray disc there as well. And that is the artwork inside. Right folks, there you have it. That is the Metalpak edition. All that's left to do now is to actually show the 4K release. And here we go. It is the exact same as I showed. Only for... It doesn't really have the kind of curtain appearance. You'll see it going around. You can see it there, which I rather love. So there is a slight difference in terms of the artwork. But of course, this one is in English. And yeah, I was always a fan of this artwork. And you can actually buy... somebody showed it to me. A good friend of mine, Ben, over at the Cadaver Club. He actually bought this kind of bust edition of this, where you actually get them in the booth. And I would love to get one someday. It looks incredible. So that is the artwork anyway. That is the spine. And right around to the back, and it gives you right above the movie there. Look at all those special features. Wow, I'll be a long time getting through all of them, but I am looking forward to doing so. And of course, that is your technical aspects down the bottom there, and your credits. So that is the J card. I'm going to remove it. As you can see, it is the exact same again, so I'm not going to spend too much time with it. But I'll take us around to the back. It is the exact same of what we've seen already. And then when I open it up, you've got your Blu-ray on the left-hand side, your 4K on the right, and different disc artwork, which is always great to see. So there you have it, folks. That is the two editions that I wanted to show in this segment of Creepshow. Right, so onto the 4K transfer. So like I said at the start of this video, it looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. It is head and shoulders ahead of the previous Blu-ray. But there is inconsistencies there. And one of the stories that I felt was a little inconsistent was something that tied you over. I felt the grain structure at times looked a bit noisy, particularly on the beach scenes. But it's only on a handful of scenes, and trust me when I say it won't distract you. The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill is the one story where the Dolby Vision really gets to flex its muscles. The colours look bold and so incredibly rich, and it was like watching that story for the first time again. I was so massively impressed by it. Father's Day was another huge highlight for me as well. The black levels look absolutely incredible, and that increased shadow detail, it just gives this incredible depth to the picture. And then when you add in them Dolby Vision colours that you've seen in the Stephen King story, it's probably one of the best stories out of the 5. Now the crate, the Dolby Vision, I don't know, maybe it was slightly over aggressive, particularly on the scenes where the screen goes very red. Yes, you'll see it in my screenshots that I'm showing, but yes, it just looked a bit over aggressive, and I just found it a little bit on the distracting side, but take nothing away from it. It still looks absolutely incredible. Now, you will notice as well that the colour palette looks a lot cooler on the 4K Blu-ray as well, and I just think it adds to the atmosphere, particularly of that story, The Crate. And the last story, the one They're Creeping Up on You, was the one story that don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic. But there's not much to look at there. It is just an incredibly white room, and the contrast on it looks absolutely incredible. It really does. But there's nothing there for the 4K transfer to kind of really flex its muscles. So I was probably, that story was the one story that I was kind of mostly underwhelmed by. But like I said, take nothing away from it. It still looks absolutely fantastic. As for the Dolby Atmos soundtrack, it really is a game changer, particularly for Creepshow. I never heard the movie sound as good as it does on this release. It was quite impressive. Now, it's funny how it works out. The one story that I was slightly underwhelmed with when it comes to its 4K picture is the best sounding story, and it is They're Creeping Up on You. Your rear speakers and your overhead channels get a good workout, and it's all to do with them cockroaches. So if you're not into your insects, chances are this sound will put a shiver down your spine. I was quite impressed by it. And something to tide you over, the scenes on the beach, when you hear the waves, you feel like you're on the beach. There's a great sense of atmosphere when it comes to its sound on them scenes, and yes, I was massively impressed by it. And not only that, but the electronic score that you hear through this entire movie just has a great sense of presence now. The dialogue is so unbelievably clean. You do get a great sense of separation with your speakers. It is like sitting in a dome of sound, and I was so unbelievably impressed by it. So there you have it, folks. That is my review of Creepshow, and as you can tell, I am very, very happy with the results here. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could do, leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts in this movie and what did you think of its 4K transfer. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.